It's time for Women Voices for Peace on Radio Nigeria, Treasure 98.5 FM Port Harcourt. And today we have something very important we'll be looking at, talking about the issue of domestic violence in this time of lockdown. There have been several reports that women are being sexually abused, they are being beaten up by their spouses, and a lot of domestic violence going on in this time of lockdown. This is what we are focusing on this afternoon. I have my guest in the studio, who is the chairman of the NGOs in River State, Mr. Tom Barry Korte. He's right here in the studio. Tom Barry, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, Rachel. Good afternoon, listeners. Happy Easter.
My name is Rachel Onah. So from now, you just relax and enjoy the conversation. My producer is also here, Glory Igwe, and she put together this vox pop we're about to listen to right now on domestic violence. After that, we'll come back to continue the program. Good afternoon and welcome.
No. Do you know of anyone who has experienced such? No, I don't think so. Okay, so what advice do you have for those who have been victims of domestic violence? The advice I have for them is for them to be careful.
Not working at all.
So much when their husband is telling them something. Whatever, whether the thing is right or wrong.
Press the fan. See if...
I know that they are the main person in that family. Not when your husband is talking, you will be talking. Then that leads to beating and other things. Have you been a victim of domestic violence? Yes. Can you please tell us what happened? Nothing much anyway, but it occurred and I was able to escape it. So what?
It's rolling now. It's rolling. I left it. Okay.
All right, you've heard it. Domestic violence. You've had people's opinions, different takes for different people. Do remember that this is a program sponsored by ONEP, West Africa Network for Peace Building. They give us this platform to discuss issues about women and other issues in the society. All right, let me quickly take the message of the UN Secretary General on this issue of domestic violence. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is calling for measures to address a horrifying global surge in domestic violence directed towards women and girls, linked to lockdowns imposed by governments responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. Peace is not just the absence of war. Many women under lockdown for COVID-19 face violence where they should be safest in their own homes. Today, I appeal for peace in homes around the world. I urge all governments to put women's safety first as they respond to the pandemic. Okay, that is the message of UN Secretary General. Tom Barry, you heard it. You heard the Vox Pop and you heard what the UN Secretary General said about women suffering domestic violence at this time. So, what is your take on this?
Yes, as it is, like rightly like what the UN Secretary General has said in his statement, due to the lockdown by governments globally, there is actually a surge in domestic violence. This is probably maybe because while works are on, while people go out to job, there are some of those things they are able to tolerate. But now there is a lockdown and they have to stay at home. They have to tolerate each other, and as many as that cannot tolerate, they will fall into the trap of being perpetrators of domestic violence.
So how is it related? I don't understand. It beats me. It beats my imagination. How is domestic violence related to this COVID-19 and the lockdown? How do we marry all of them together?
Yes, we can marry this. You agree with me that since the lockdown as a result of the outbreak of COVID-19, there is a whole lot of economic loss, not just on the part of government, but also on the part of individuals. Some of these persons don't have, they are not on monthly pay. They live from hand to mouth. because when they go out in the morning, they are able to get stipends to be able to come back home to take care of their family. But in this instance, you now see that these persons are unable to meet up with the family demands, and then it now has pressure, now has family pressure. Maybe when demand has outweighed what a man or a woman who is the head of the household is able to afford, then you see an unusual pressure, and this could result into domestic violence.
All right, so men are frustrated because they cannot meet the needs of the family, and because of the issue of staying together for a long while, there's that temptation to take it out on the woman.
Yes.
Okay, so that frustration, they're looking for who to take it out on.
Who to take it out on.
Okay.
And you know, we are in a country where, as it is, even before now, people find it difficult to feed. A whole lot of Nigerians find it difficult to feed. And now, even a bricklayer cannot go to look for a job. Even a road sweeper cannot do that. So, even those who sell in the markets are barred from going into the markets. So, you now see a situation, like for instance, about 3 days ago, a woman, it was on social media in Port Harcourt here, a woman who has been taking care of the family, who was unable to provide for that day because there was lockdown in the market, but there was spaghetti at home, which she provided for the husband to eat. And the man was pissed off that, I am not used to eating spaghetti. Why will you give me this? And pounced on this woman. Whereas the man has not been able to provide anything, but the woman, out of her own strength, was able to try to put something on the table for the family. Now you see how domestic violence comes up.
All right. This time we want to open our phone lines so that you tell us your experience. 0908 2203 447. 0908 2203 447. How can we curb domestic violence at this point in time? We're battling with the COVID-19, we're battling with lockdown, and now another issue is rearing its head. That is the issue of domestic violence in homes as a result of staying together for a long time, as a result of people not going for their daily bread, and there is this anger and frustration in the air. All right, we'll have a call. Good afternoon. Hello. Oh, looks like we lost the call. 0908 220 3447. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. That must be Andrea Jay. Yes, where are you calling from? Hello? Yeah, happy Easter to you too.
Happy Easter to you.
I say amen to that. Tom Barry.
Thank you, Andrew.
Mm. Thank you very much, Andrew. Okay, he tried talking about the work sport and all we've had. Okay, he advised the men and he advised the women as well. The line is still buzzing. Let's take another call. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Calling. All right, go ahead. Yeah, we're looking at domestic violence. They are saying it's on the increase as a result of the lockdown. And I do my.
Plan is the devil's work.
Mm. We lost the call. Miriam, please try and call back. We'll have just 5 minutes before we call it a day on the program today. 0908 Okay, we got another call. Hello, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? All right, go ahead. Okay, so what are you saying was the way out? What of men? Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts. Okay, people are balancing up the issue. Of course, we're generally network. The program is still Women Voices for Peace on Treasure FM 98.5. We have another call here. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, your name and where you're calling from. I didn't get the name. Ozo. Okay, go ahead. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right, we have. I think so. There's much we can take. So sorry, there's much we can take of your call. Thank you very much, all that participated. You have a word to say before we join our network service?
Yes, agreeably, like what our callers have said, domestic violence doesn't affect women alone. The men have oftentimes also been victims of domestic violence. And one major we've also pressed on to look at in resolving this issue is calling on the River State Governor to append his signature to the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Bill.
All right, thank you very much. On that note, we end this program today. It's been sponsored by Onah. My guest has been Mr. Kote. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
My producer has been Glory Igwe. My name is Rachel Onah. Let's now join our network service.